Hello, I'm Bill Horton, an instructor here at the Applied Technology Center at MCC. In this lesson, we're going to talk about adjusting manifold gas pressure on a furnace. Gas furnaces have to burn at the proper air-fuel ratio for optimum efficiency and the cleanest, safest combustion. To ensure this happens, a technician needs to be able to read and adjust gas pressure properly in the field. There are two places where a technician can access ports on the gas valve that can be used to measure the pressure. They are normally located on the inlet side of the gas valve that connects the gas service to the heating equipment via the gas supply pipe, or on the outlet side of the gas valve going to the manifold that supplies the burner assembly, the fuel for combustion. The burner is the point where fuel and air are mixed at the correct ratio for good combustion. The gas must be delivered at the correct pressure for the best possible combustion. There are two pressures at the gas valve that are essential in understanding gas furnace pressure. Technicians also have to understand the scale of the pressure reading and the instruments that are used to measure it. The furnace should always have a gas shutoff valve just outside the unit to isolate it from the gas supply for service work. This shutoff valve, which is often called a gas cock, should be followed by a union fitting, which allows gas piping to be disassembled without taking all the supply system apart. It should also have a gas trap off the bottom of a T-fitting at the inlet to the furnace gas valve. The gas trap will catch any foreign debris from reaching the gas valve, which might cause it to stick open. When we begin to consider gas pressure, we first have to understand that the pressure we are dealing with is a very small amount. It is much less than 1 psi in most cases. Therefore, a smaller scale of measurement called inches of water column is used to quantify the pressure itself. A pressure of 1 psi can lift a column of water 2.31 feet into the air. Gas pressure is measured in inches of water column, and therefore there are actually 27.72 inches of water column in 1 psi. And we say that 1 psi equals 27.7 inches of water column. Most gas pressure ranges are 14 inches of water column or less, depending on the fuel type. Most furnace tags will list the two most common gas pressures used, either natural gas or propane. Gas furnaces come packaged, ready to run on natural gas, and can be converted to propane with a conversion kit if the manufacturer allows. The furnace tag will list two different pressures for the gas valve itself. The inlet pressure in a minimum and a maximum value, and the manifold pressure the valve should be adjusted to for proper fuel combustion. Note that the inlet pressure is rated in a range between a minimum and maximum value, while the manifold pressure will be one specific value. You will get two individual sets of values for natural gas and propane for inlet and manifold pressure. For the gas valve to be able to adjust to the correct pressure, the minimum inlet pressure must be available while not exceeding the maximum inlet pressure, which could damage the gas valve if it is exceeded. The pressure at the inlet of the gas valve is adjusted by the gas service provider from the point of service to the structure. Gas is brought to the structure from a high pressure service, which will be measured in psi, but is regulated down to less than a psi by the utility company with a service regulator outside the structure. Utility companies are responsible for the service up to the building regulator that they install and adjust. Regulators are devices that are used to decrease pressure as a fluid passes through it and are always found on gas services to buildings to control the delivery pressure to the structure itself. The customer and the service technician are responsible for handling all of the rest of the gas service after the service regulator.